Right, guys, we're back with the Edge podcast, another one in the bank. Right, today we've got a 22-year-old entrepreneur on with us, and it's someone that I seen on his Instagram story a few days ago. A pretty turbulent journey, I guess you would describe it as. Like, it went really good, had ups, downs, and he's now successful. And there's a reason why he's on the podcast, so we're going to share that with you. And we're probably as well going to dispel a lot of myths that are around a certain industry, because it's one that people have a negative view on, but we'll shed light on it. So thank you for coming on and joining us, Owen.
Appreciate it, thank you.
And right, let's get into it.
Cool.
So how we always start the pods is basically your background. So school, education, was your focus there? What's your journey been, and how are you sat here now?
So basically in school, well, even before school, I've always wanted to make money, not even gonna lie. From the age of like 13, 14, my mum and dad aren't the wealthiest. They've always made sure I've had things, but they're not the wealthiest at all. Dad's a window fitter, mum's a cleaner. So nothing crazy. And they were like, you already want expensive things.
Of
course.
You do.
And we went, go and get a paper round. Started a paper round on my bike. I was just like the spare boy. Just used to sit on the stairs. Till if someone didn't show up to the paper round, I'd go do it.
Ah, okay, got you.
And then obviously I got my own round. I was like £16 a week. I was like, okay, this is all right. Then he was like, loads of people are leaving. Do you want more rounds? I was like, yeah, go on then. Why not? It became, I had like 4 rounds, but they weren't just like small rounds. My dad had to come with me every morning to do them in the car, which was good because he was up for work. And it gave me a good routine to get up at 6 in the morning anyway. But the rounds, like, I used to get paid like £141 a week at like 14, 15. And I was riding my scooter, so I used to go to like all the ramps in Manchester and all that. And I had like, I'm good, me, I'm chilling. And then school-wise, like I'm dyslexic, so I used to struggle, but the teachers did always used to say to me, your ability in the classroom won't get you very far. I was like, oh, brilliant. That's a nice thing to say to me, innit? But they were like, your confidence and the way you speak to people will
see you through.
Will get you to the limit you're at. And obviously now, looking back, I'm thinking, you were completely right. But I just started in like a normal school. And then something switched when it came to GCSE. Like, I just went to a school with all my boys who I played football with on a Sunday. And then I don't know what happened. I just like, Mum, I want to go move schools. She's like, why do you want to move schools? Like, I don't know. I don't know what it is. I think it was a case of like the older years were like picking on me. But I was like, that happens. But then it got a bit bad where they were like bullying, which I thought, how can you bully someone? Because I was quite popular in school. So I was like, how are they bullying me? So I went to a school in Manchester. And at first I didn't really understand what it was. It was like in an office block, own clothes and everything. So I was like, this is a bit strange. 2 classes. So it was, when I moved to year 10, it was just 2 year 10 classes, and that was it. And then I started speaking to students. I think these students are a bit not all right in the head. And they were like, someone said, nah, this school's for people who've been bullied or suffer bad with mental health. So I was like, why? So why am I here? But I actually did really enjoy that school. Only because, don't know, Mum and Dad don't know this, but because when you're dyslexic, when it comes to GCSEs, you have the choice of like a reader and your own room. I got very friendly with one of the teachers in that school. He was a games design teacher. He's like, I'm your reader. I was thinking, right, okay. Came to GCSEs and was sat there and he's like reading the questions. I was like, I actually don't need you to read the questions for me. But, and he's like, so this is this. This is this. This is how you do it on the calculator. And I knew I didn't do any revision at all for my GCSEs. But I passed all my GCSEs. I was like, I was like, thank you so much. Right? He messaged me after on Facebook. He's like, how'd you go on? I was like, got 5s and everything. He was like,
there you go.
There you go.
Seen you through it.
And then it just become like, once I left school, I didn't really know what to do. No idea. I think I wanted to be a PE teacher. A PE teacher. I was like, why? Went to college and did like a sporting course. It was actually a pretty good course. It was like a Man City football course. So it's like full City training gear. Get to go play other colleges who were like United College, Liverpool College. So it was fun. This is where the story is going to take a bit of a deep turning, but it was like first lockdown, and TikTok just come around. Obviously, I didn't really know what TikTok was, but I was posting like cringy videos. Like if people go back on my TikTok, they'll see them. And But I was doing like flexi TikToks, which back then, I'm not gonna lie, when I was like 17, 18, I didn't really have much money. I still had the paper round. I still had the paper round. I was doing it for so many years. Like my dad used to say to me, I can't buy you things, but I'll give you my time in the morning. And that's like me buying you things. I was like, yeah, that works.
It's probably better than giving you money.
And it felt better because when I was buying things, I was buying stuff for myself. Like if they ever used to buy me a pair of trainers, I would not scuff them. I wouldn't want to wear them because I felt your hard-earned money is paid for this. And I was doing like flexi TikToks. But the thing is, the TikTok that I think caused the full situation was a TikTok on like jewelry. And back then I used to go Cheetah Mill and buy like fake Cartier bracelets and stuff like that, like 20 quid, just so I looked like I was that guy. I used to think I was rich before I wasn't. Do you know what I mean? And I used to post a few TikToks on them, and then it was like, I know everything to the T. It was 14th of April, like 9 p.m. Front door come clean off. I was like, whoa. But I didn't hear that. I was on FaceTime to a bird. I playing Fortnite. My sister ran into my room showing there's someone in the house. I was like, what? She goes, there's someone in the house, Owen. Bear in mind, she's like 14, 15, my sister. And my sister's my world. Like, I'll protect my sister till the day I die. And it was mad. Like, she was like, someone's in the house. And I didn't think anything of it. I thought, oh, mum and dad have got a friend round in lockdown. Then I started hearing shouting. Like, my mum and dad sit in separate rooms when they're watching TV. Dad watches football, mum watches like EastEnders and that. And obviously the front door's where my mum's room is. And she screamed. So I threw my sister underneath the quilt and grabbed a Ciroc bottle because I was like, oh, it's going to be one little crackhead coming to grab some money. And my dad's a big guy, he's a window fitter. I'm like, he's going to take him, I'm going to run downstairs, I'm going to bottle him. That was my process. Bro, I stood up, ready for, boom, front bedroom door comes clean off. 3 lads in there, knives, hammers, everything. Where's your safe? I was like, bro, I'm 18. What do you mean about a safe? Like, look at my house. It's not somewhere I'm going to keep a big safe. Like, where's your money? I think I got Christmas tips. I saved some Christmas tips from the year before. Like 400 quid. I was like, you take that. Started like raiding like Gucci backpacks and just shoving stuff inside. And I was like, what is going on? I'm sat on the bed and he's opened the drawer next to me, just throwing stuff out, trying to find stuff. I'm thinking, these kids aren't going to find anything at all. Like nothing at all in this house. Might have got a few designer bags. Well done. And then they've raided my room, took like everything, clothes, shoes, bags, belts, hats, everything's gone. And I'm thinking, okay, this has just happened. Gone downstairs, seen a big puddle of blood, so I'm thinking, what's gone on? Dad's scrapped him, hit him. Walk into the kitchen, and I'm looking at my dad, I'm thinking, wow. He's got like a big gaping hole. It's like his head's like concaved in. So I'm thinking, what's got, his head's over the sink. I'm thinking, what has gone on here? And I obviously didn't find out till months after what actually went on. But obviously they've stabbed him in his face because he's come round the island, confronted 3 of them. They're like, nah, fuck this. Hit him. I thought, if normally in a house robbery, this is why I think the situation was set up by certain people. But if you attack someone in a house robbery, you're out that front door. You think, shit. Attempted murder here. Boom. But no, they carried on with the job. But they didn't touch no cars, no other rooms in the house. They went straight for my room. They knew where my room was for some reason. And my door was shut. All the doors are shut upstairs. But they knew which door to go through. So I'm straight on the phone to the police. I'm like, but I'm going sick down the phone. I had to call them back the next morning and apologise. I was like, whoever I spoke to last night, I think her name was such and such. Can you tell her because I was going sick down. I've never been in an experience like this. I've never had to call the police for a situation. And I'm screaming at, bring police now. Bring everything. My dad's just been stabbed. Fair play, they were there in minutes. They put him straight on the island, started operating. So his skull was pushing against his brain. Like they cracked all his skull. And it should have, realistically, it should have killed him instantly. But they're on the island. And I've just walked out onto the road. I've seen the full road locked off. There was good 15, 20 police cars. And I have like a rich neighbour across the road, like a young dad, young family, does well for himself. I'm thinking, he must have cameras on his house. And he's like, I've got a Ring doorbell, let's just check it. I'm there shaking. It's like, bro, it's not picked up. Obviously the Ring doorbell, it's only something.
Distance.
Fuck. Walking up and down the road, like sobbing. Like, who's got a camera? No one on my road had a camera. And So I was like, what am I going to do here? Anyway, they took my dad to, I think they took him to Wimshaw Hospital at first, and then blue lighted him to Salford, which is like a head injury. And mum and dad and my mum and sister were like, what do we do now? We can't stay here. Obviously, you got family members, but the family members who house they wanted to stay at, obviously, they're going to watch this, so I'm not going to say too much. But they're like, they've always said to me, you wear too many designer clothes. Why do you show off like this? Why do you think you're better than us? But bear in mind, this family are a lot well off than my family. And they've always been like, we don't spend money on this, we spend money on experience. But I'm 17, 18, so of course I'm going to buy a D
I think everyone at that age goes through that. Like, I remember
you've probably been through that,
my first set of wages, I got £200 from my first summer job, like proper summer job. And I remember spending 110 quid of it on a Vivienne Westwood t-shirt.
Do you know what I mean? It happens. You want to look like the man.
That's when you were that age as well, it was just designer.
Yeah, there's nothing else. You didn't know like Zara now and stuff like that. You wouldn't wear it. And they always used to dig into me. So they said to my mum and sister, you can come stay. You can come and stay around. Owen's not coming. I was like, what do you mean Owen's not coming? I'm here as well. My dad took the blow. But I took the full-on impact. Like, I was sat there, I got pinned down to the floor with knives and stuff. Like, I'm scarred from this as well. And they were like, nah, he's not staying. So I was like, luckily at the time I was speaking to a girl. I was like, it was like, can I come round and stay? She's like, why, what's happened? She's like, I'm like, this is what happened, just let me, I need somewhere to stay. So I've driven my little course around to her house. But then I'm getting bombarded with questions. I'm like, last thing I want now is to try and explain myself. My head's not even with it now. Stayed over. It was like 5 in the morning. I couldn't sleep. I thought, okay, I'm just going to drive home, clean my room and try and get on with my life. Started driving home at 6 in the morning. And still police vans outside with tape across the house. I'm like, I live here. Can I go in my house, please? And they were like, you can't. I was like, why? We've had updates that your dad's in critical care. So if he dies, it's a murder scene. So you can't go in. So I'm sat there thinking, what the fuck?
And you hadn't even had that communication yet?
I've not even got to speak to him. And because it was COVID, it was worse. Like, even when once he made a bit of a recovery and he sat there, like, I couldn't even go see him. So this probably wasn't my smartest move at all, but I got in the car and I got on the motorway, and it takes a long time to get a course. It's like 78 miles per hour. And I just drove into the back of someone. I was like, this is, because I felt like my family blamed me. I thought, realistically, what else have I got? Just obviously it's a course, it just crumpled. The other guy's car didn't really have much damage, which I was surprised, but just drove straight into the back of him and thought, why not? Wasn't thinking at all. Obviously, I don't think my family know that the amount of times that I tried to do what I did, but it's going to come out eventually. So I wrote the car off, got on the side of the road. I had this guy going in on me, like on the side of the road. I've got dash cam footage, like fully going in on me. I'm like, yeah, insurance will cover it. Are you okay? And he's like, yeah, I'm good. But he's going down my throat. I'm like, bro, I actually really don't need you right now. Going there. Sat on the side of the road crying, and he's still just drilling into me. I had to call my uncle. I was like, get me out of this situation rapid. Come on, like flatbed, move the car out of that situation. I don't think the guy even got my reg plates or anything, but got out of that situation. And then it became a case of like, yeah, I've tried suicide. What now? Where do I go from here? Back at home, Dad had his operation, so he was in hospital, and my dad's mate, like best mate, like I played football with his son, but he's like a second dad to me. He's like, I'm gonna come stay at your. He heard what happened. He's like, I'm gonna come stay at your house during night and go to work during the day, and he did it for like 6 months. I couldn't respect. His name's Kinney. Like I couldn't respect him. So it was mad. Like he had his own family. 3 kids, and he would come for like 5-6 months. Every night he'd stay over on the couch, and I'd sit with him at night time, watching films or football or whatever was on at the time. And I was like, okay, he gave me a sense of purpose. Like he was like, bro, you're either gonna go down the wrong path, or you're gonna go down the right one. And I was like, yeah, okay. So I was like, TikTok's still picking up. I'm still posting TikToks. I'm building a bit of a personal brand. So I started a clothing brand. Like I wanted to start one for so many years. I didn't know what to do. But I got £1,500 from like home insurance from like the things they robbed.
Yeah.
Nowhere near what I should have got.
Yeah.
But I was like, with that, I could either just go spend it, or I'm gonna use it. So I used that 1.5k to buy hats. Found a hat manufacturer, bought like 10 for like £100. Okay, I'll post a video with him, see how it goes. Some girl, the girl I was talking to, dad was a graphic designer, so he made me a logo. Didn't charge me anything. So I thought, okay, send it in, get them printed. Came to my house like, these are pretty sick, these.
Yeah.
And started posting them on TikTok. Obviously, well, actually before that, I had a bit of suspicion who caused the robbery.
Yeah.
So I left like that group.
Yeah.
And then, so my current like best mate now, he bought 2 hats, didn't know who I was, bought 2 hats, went on Shopify, seen it was around the corner. I was like, I'm going to go drop these off.
Yep.
Dropped them off and he's like, bro, do you want to come out with me? I was like, let's go out, innit? So that's how it became, like, that's my best mate. Like, I don't have any other mates. Like, I've got acquaintances when I go out, they know who I am. But like, I've got one best mate, live together, everything. Yeah. But yeah, with the hats, sold them instantly. I was like, wow, okay. I was like, oh, that's a bit of profit. I was selling it. I sold them at 50 quid. It was 40 quid profit on each one. I was like, 400 quid. Yeah, sweet. Made t-shirts. The t-shirts were awful. Like, they were the worst print ever. But once again, sold out instantly. Then I met a guy in Wilmslow and he was like, I'm a graphic designer. I can make your stuff better. The guy asked for no payment. He was like, just give me a piece of clothing. Yeah. Okay, sweet. Made some hoodies. Made like 30 hoodies. £65 a hoodie. Once again, posted them on TikTok. Gone. I'm thinking, what is going on? Like, I don't know what's happening. And then I told the story that I've just told on TikTok and I got like 60k views. I was like, and I was getting like verified TikTokers like messaging me, I'll promote your stuff. But in my mind, I didn't want to give my stock away. So I was like, I'm not going to do it. Unless they're a big name person, you can buy the stock. Which comes to the story. I made this hoodie. I had a help of a little mentor who also had a clothing brand who's onto like big stuff now, like lives in Dubai and everything. And he still talks to me to this day. Like I use him as like a good mentor. And he gave me a design that he used on his clothing brand. And he gave me like a hoodie material that he was like, this is what's popping at the moment. It was a sick hoodie. And I was just sat in the bath one day. I told you the story before. I just sat in the bath and my boy was like, bro, H is doing a pop-up. In Subway. Pack a bag now, get ready. My boy flown there so quick. I was like, whoa, okay. Got to town, stood in the queue. I'm like, we ain't getting in here. Like, it's just all birds. Obviously, they all want CH. We're like the only lads. And got in and listened to you performing a few songs. And it was like, oh, meet and greet at the end. I was like, perfect. I said, Kieran, wait at the back because I'm going to feel awkward giving my stock. And you filming it for TikTok in front of everyone. So we waited. Everyone's out. It's just me, H. I actually don't know who else was in there. I think it's security guard. And I gave him stock. He's like, is this your stuff? I was like, yeah. He's like, this is sick. Me thinking nothing of it. I didn't think, he must get given stuff all the time. Posted a TikTok. That got 100k views. And his security guard commented on TikTok saying, I put this in H's car. He's like, do you want to give me some stuff for that? I was like, I'll give you some stuff if you put it in H's car. Next thing you know, I'm out. My DM just went mad. Crazy. Like 99 plus. Do you know what it's like 99 plus? I was like, what is going on? That TikTok.
Is this TikTok or Instagram?
This is Insta now. I'm opening them all and it's like sharing me a story that H is posting. You can't even really see the hoodie like well, but you can clock the design. I've not even dropped these hoodies yet. So I'm like sat at home, coming after a night out, sat there on Shopify like 11 at night, putting like the product labels in and everything, putting a price. Posted it on my story, dropping hoodies right now. H just worn it. I had like 100 hoodies, £50 a hoodie, gone.
Fucking hell.
And that was like my first like big check. I'm like, wow, £5,000. Yeah, go on then. And I started to just keep on going and keep on going and keep on going. But I was still suffering so bad with my mental health, like so bad. Like if I kept myself busy, I was good. But let's say if I had an off period where I wasn't selling anything on that day, or I've sold out my drop and I'm sat there in silence on my own designing a t-shirt, a hoodie or something. Oh, I was so bad, like awful. But I kind of cope with it. Like my mum used to say to me, like my mum and sister, they went on to antidepressants and everything. And I never chose to do it, and I never chose to do counselling. And they're like, why are you so happy, Owen? I'm like, I'm putting on a brave face for you.
Yeah.
I've got a little sister. Yeah. If she sees me upset, it's going to make her feel worse.
Yeah.
So I'd cry in my own time. Yeah. Like if I'm not going on, obviously I got another car. And if I was on a drive, I'd go cry to myself. Yeah. And then I'd go home and I'd be normal.
Yeah.
5-6 months and stuff like that. My dad's come out of hospital. And I remember picking him up and he just looked at me with like scars here, just bawled his eyes out. I went to a big hug and he was like, what's been going on then? I was pretty happy. I was like, yeah, this is what's been going on. But then we got home, he was like, where's your car? At first, he's like, why have you got a black car now? You had a grey car. And he's like, yeah. I was like, you might want to come inside for this. Obviously, I never told him I tried to kill myself. I just said my head wasn't with it. And I just crashed the car. And then he started showing him designs and showing him the TikToks. And he was like, okay, this is good. I'm proud of you for this. And yeah, we kept on going. But then I had loads of nights where I was like, I want to kill myself again. I want to kill myself again. Like the brand's booming. I'm doing 5-6 grand a month at 18. But because I didn't know how to run a business, I didn't know how to manage profits or manage stuff like this. And I'm just blowing through it on petrol, going out. Didn't know what I was doing. So I'm not seeing 5-6 grand profit. Like I didn't know what I was doing. So this is what it was putting me into a bad place. And then I tried to overdose and stuff like that. And it just became mad. And then I don't know what switched. Something switched in my head. I think it's when I started going to the club and I'm seeing people wear the brand. It's just a little mindset switch. It was mad. I'm like, okay, let's push it a bit more. I dropped a mental health tea. I was like, I suffer with it bad. And I'm definitely not the only person who suffers with mental health. I'm definitely not. And I made like 250 of these t-shirts. But you could ask anyone, the print on it was shit. It was awful. But I dropped like 5 colours at 250s. And I was like, you know what? I'm going to post it on TikTok. And I'm going to say £5 of each t-shirt is going to go to Mind, which is a men's mental health charity. Bro, they sold in an hour. I'm thinking, what is like, I really couldn't think what was going on here. Because I'm just on TikTok, just promoting this little business. I think I only had like 20k followers at the time, which was back then when it's fresh, pretty big, innit? And they also obviously sent Mind their check, posted it on my story so people knew I wasn't lying and stuff like that. And then what did I drop? I got an official girlfriend, moved to town, and that's when the brand I got trapped into the town lifestyle, as you know. Got trapped into it. I was meeting crazy people. Like I was hanging around with like Deli Alley and stuff like that, like going for full meals. And instead of using my business mind that I have now, I could have given stuff to Deli. And got him to promote it. But because I was on such a friendly level, I didn't want to ask him. But I wasn't doing anything with the business. So it just slowly started to decrease. And I was doing like 7, 8, 9 grand a month at 19 now. Then obviously I had a missus. I was like, she wanted to go on holiday here. She wanted to go on holiday there. You know how it gets, innit? We want to go for a meal here. And I was like, I can't afford this lifestyle. I'm living in Deansgate Towers for fuck's sake. It's like 2.5 a month. I can't afford this lifestyle. Downsized the apartment a little bit, which I respected. I respected that from her. She was like, I'll support you. Moved to Elizabeth Tower just across the road, which is a bit cheaper. And then I was like, what can I do? By this time though, I met someone. I used to go Old the Edge a lot. You know what Old the Edge is like? Very wealthy. And if you get talking, if you're confident, you get talking to one. And I met like a financial advisor. And he was like, have you ever thought about crypto, Forex? So I've never thought about it. Just seems mad to me. Like, because I was never good in school, I thought, these graphs look mad. These are crazy. And he was like, no, I'll mentor you. Like, I like you. Bought him a few drinks, just to get him on the soft side. I was like, I like you. You remind me of a younger me, which I've heard a lot recently. Like, you're a younger me. And I was like, yeah, I will go for a coffee and we'll speak about it. He's like, he sent me his address one day and I drove to his house and got talking, showed me the markets. He was like, come back tomorrow. Like, okay. Same again. A few hours there. Come back tomorrow.
Yeah.
Come back tomorrow. I see something in you. Come back tomorrow.
Yeah.
Come back tomorrow. For like 2 weeks straight, I was there every day, 5, 6 hours. Felt like I was part of the family. This guy, he's like 40 years old. And then I started picking up. And because I still built like the personal brand on TikTok, I ran it up to like 40K followers.
Yeah.
And like 20K on Insta. So I made the personal brand for myself. I thought, I liked helping people. Like even in the club when people say, I liked your mental health drop. I really enjoyed that. I struggle with mental health now. How did you get out of it? And I talked to him in the club. And the club's loud, but I'm sat there for an hour.
Giving you time.
Yeah. And they respected that about me. And I think that's what a lot of people do respect about me, that they see it that, oh, Suvy's big on socials. He's not going to give me the time of day. Like I was out the other night, 2 kids were like, I've seen you before on TikTok.
Yeah.
I don't understand what you do.
Yeah.
I was there for 2 hours talking to him. Even my boys came and was like, you coming inside? I'm like, nah, bro. Taking the time. He's like, I respect you. And he was teaching me, and I thought, I've got this personal brand here. I can help people.
Yeah.
But I didn't want to help people like, obviously the industry, as we said, has got a bad name of Forex.
Yeah.
I was like, I want to do this proper. Like, I don't just want to, don't really know how to word it, but like, I don't want to just take people's money and forget about them. I don't want someone to sign up with a broker, take an affiliate payment, see you later.
Yeah.
I want these members to feel like they're part of a family. Do you know what I mean? Like you've got employees and stuff. You want to feel like a family. I see them as like a little family to me. So we started doing that. I started teaching myself. Like I wasn't profitable at first, but I was giving profitable signals.
Yeah.
But I wasn't profitable in like myself. Like the psychology I didn't master just yet. But I knew if I pushed it and pushed it and pushed it, I'll start seeing my results. But I was giving the members good results and they were happy. So I ran like my first group up to like 500 members, which was like £100 payment. And that was in space of 3 months.
Yeah.
I was like 50 grand. This is crazy. And then I thought, I'm giving so much value here, I'm going to have to go to a monthly subscription.
Can I just stop you here a sec?
Go on.
You went into Forex, right?
Yeah.
But the clothing was doing really well.
Yeah.
And it had meaning to you, like you'd done that.
Yeah, it had massive meaning to me.
The mental health stuff, it was the thing that you picked up after the incident with your dad.
Yeah.
And I do want to touch on that bit again, I think later on. I think it's important for people because there's a few questions that when you were saying it, I didn't want to interrupt your flow.
Yeah.
But I've got in my head because I think people it will relate to them.
I talk so quick, like I'm trying to.
No, but it's good, and I don't want.
I'm trying to say everything at once.
Yeah, but no, I'm sat here and don't want to speak because I'm interested, right?
Appreciate that.
So I know someone watching the podcast. If you've not made it here, you're a fucking idiot. But why did you make that move then from the clothing into Forex?
Like I actually missed so much of that story that I just thinking about. I was doing so well, and I thought instead of I moved like my little trading operation, like the clothing stuff, to a warehouse, just like a storage unit type thing. But they had a little office, and it was like £200 a month. I was like, I got that, I got that. Made it all my own, put flooring down, painted it, and everything. I was like, yeah, this is
coming to life now.
Put a couch in there, put a desk, put everything. I'm like, I filled with TikTok it, but then I didn't start using it how I wanted to use it. But I'm thinking it's £200.
Yeah.
Get a grip, Owen. Get a grip.
Yeah.
Then I went on a night out, and my boy lives in Wilmslow. This storage unit was on like a Hamforth roundabout, if you know where that is.
Yeah.
And he goes, "Bruh, check that fire." Look over while I'm driving. I go, "Yeah, that's my office, that." Didn't even think about it. I'm thinking, shit. Actually, when I'm driving back to it, I'm thinking, shit, I've got like 8 grand worth of stock in there. Obviously, I was covered under insurance and everything, but I'm like, I've just watched my business that I built for 2 years burn down. But I'm a marketing genius at the end of the day. I filmed it.
Yeah.
The TikTok got like 600K.
Yeah.
So on the next drop, what do you think happened?
Sales rocketed.
It hurt me. It once again, I don't know what it is. The sales were flying in, but I was still struggling. And that just put more of a toll on everything.
Struggling as in mental?
Mental wise. I was still bagging 8-9 grand sales. And what did I do? After the sales, the thing burnt down next day, tried to take my life again. A guy literally I was on a bridge. I had life was good. I had a brand new A35 in my own name and everything at 20. and it was part their hazards on. I'm stood on the end of a bridge. Stood there looking down and thinking, what? And a guy pulls up in a Golf R. Pretty a rough lad.
Yeah.
He's like, bro, when I say someone, I've never been gripped up so hard in my life. Yeah. He yanked me over that. He went, get in your car now, I'm following you back to yours. Thinking, fuck, this guy's scary.
Yeah.
Got back to mine and he grilled me.
Yeah.
Didn't know anything about me. Didn't know anything about me. Bro, he went, you look like you're smashing life.
Yeah.
How old are you? I went, 20. He was like, you're driving an A35 around. Yeah, what are you doing? Proper grilled me, and then
it all come out.
I'm like, I'm not doing this anymore. And then that's where we switched.
And there's a really important lesson in there as well. And like again, that's sort of like with Aftermarket, we've donated to Mind Charity and stuff before because I've struggled with stuff.
Yeah.
Like, and everyone always talks about making money and it's great and stuff like that, but that there is like a direct lesson that you can be making a lot of money, but you still don't mean you're happy. Like you still got to look after yourself mentally. And again, it's something that I go through really bad phases, me, where I spiral really badly.
Like me still.
Like, and it is, for me, I still struggle with it today. Like in uni, they tried to give me antidepressants. I was anorexic. I wouldn't, like, my mental health was fucked. And I was still making good money in uni. Like I had money coming. I was the only one in my uni flat and like uni accommodation who had no overdraft. I had a load of money in the bank and they were like, well, Jack, like I'm at the limit of my overdraft. I can't even go out tonight. And I'm like, well, how the fuck are you $3,000 in overdraft at your, like, how? Like,
I've noticed that with uni.
Yeah, I got the money, but still wasn't happy. And to people listening, like, you need to take care of yourself mentally just as much as 100%. You're trying to put stress and importance on your financial well-being, your actual mental well-being is equally, if not more important.
I totally agree with you. Like even to this day, like I do some good numbers now. I'm very proud of myself. But like I could sit in the apartment at night and I would never get the intention to go kill myself again.
Yeah.
But I still like badly suffer. But then I think that could just be past traumas. Which I don't speak about it to people, but it's something that's never going to heal. Personally, I don't think I'm ever going to get over what happened, but I'd like to. No, I don't want to go to counselling. I don't want to sit there in front of some random person and pour my heart out to him. I just don't think I don't think I could do it. But I would love to feel happy in myself every day. Don't get me wrong, when I'm on the charts and I'm working, I feel great. Like, say I do like a $2,000 day on the markets, I feel fucking sick. I feel sick. But then I could do $2,000 in that day, feel great, go to bed and suffer. I
get what you mean. No, I do. I fully get it.
Yeah, you've probably done a crazy day. Really stressful, but you've smashed the day. Go upstairs to your bed or downstairs to your bed and think,
still that doesn't go away. It doesn't go away.
But I feel like that's part of being like an entrepreneur. You've got to deal with them lonely nights. You've got to deal with stuff like that.
It is. And then it's I think the best thing, like, for you as well now, like, is still you've been through all of that and it's not held you back. Like, you can reflect back and think, fuck, I've had a shit time here, right? And to a lot of people watching where they think they've been through bad stuff, what you've said you've been through is like worse than what I've heard from anyone that's ever been on here, but you've still not let it hold you back. And you've got people saying that, like, something minor, I've just lost my job and it's the end of the world. Well, it's not really, is it? Someone always has it worse.
Yeah, of course. There's probably people who have had, like,
there'll be people who are worse than you.
Yeah, could have lost, they could have had the same situation but lost their dad.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, I think it would have been a completely different story if my dad did die that night. Like, I probably would have kept attempting. But once I seen him come out and seen how proud he was, I think, like, now we speak, I've never told him that I've tried to kill myself or anything, but he sees the business. Like, I still go around and see him, obviously, quite often. And he'll be like, how's business going? I'm like, crazy. Crazy. And he's like, yeah, I knew you could do it.
So if we pull it back to this bit now then, so when all of this was happening, did anyone, like, I know you said about relatives and stuff, but did your mom, your sister, did they blame you for it?
Mum, dad and sister never blamed me. Like, never once. Like, my sister went through way worse mental health than I did. Like, that's my sister, so I would look after her for whatever. But she didn't go to year 10. She didn't do her GCSEs. It was a struggle to even get to college. She was like so bad Like there was actually, I couldn't do anything to actually help. Like I could do my best. Like I'd be like, do you want to go shopping? Do you want to go out for some food, Ella?
Yeah.
But nothing. She was cutting her arms. She was cutting her legs. I'm thinking,
do you know what? This is the thing where, like, and it's so fucking stupid when you think about it, bro, that, like, someone has come through your front door for 400 quid in cash.
That's all they got.
And then it's had that impact on someone.
That's exactly. But the thing is, like, at first I didn't get it with my sister because I was like, she didn't get to see any of it. She was underneath my bed quilt and I was stood in front of her. Yeah. She heard it, but she didn't see it. So I'm thinking, how has this affected you?
Yeah, yeah.
But I'm not in her mind.
Yeah, yeah.
Like even today, she's the same as me. I think she's still on antidepressants to this day.
Yeah, yeah.
And it's been what, 4 or 5 years.
Yeah, yeah.
I do my best. Like whatever I can do, I do my best. Like they've just been to Milan. Obviously, I sorted a trip for them to go to Milan, and they love that. That was literally, they came back yesterday, and I sorted that trip out for them. And I got pictures sent by my mum and stuff. And they looked like they enjoyed it. So that was obviously, that's the stuff, like that's the good perks of making money. You can do stuff like that. Like, but even from a young age, like I remember one achievement, even with that paper round money, £141, I saved it up. And I remember on Father's Day, I wrote a card to my dad, and it was funny. It was like, no paper round for 2 weeks. He didn't understand it at first. I put some bottles of After Sun in and that. Yeah. And he tells his story to people in the pub now. He's like, he still used to do what he did then. No, you know what I mean? Yeah. And he was like, 2 weeks all inclusive in Turkey, me, mum, and my dad and sister. I was 16.
Yeah.
And I paid like $3,000 out.
Yeah,
I don't even know how I saved up for it. I really don't know what I did.
Yeah.
I made it work. Made it work.
Sick.
But yeah,
that's sick, man.
The story's mad. Like coming on here today, I feel good.
Yeah, and the thing is as well, like when you told me you had a really good story that you wanted to share, like I never really expected.
I told you in the club, then I was like, bro, I've got you recognized me in the club, and I was like, bro, I've got a story that needs to be told. Like it's literally gone from suicide attempts to 50 grand a month.
Yeah. There's your
there's your title. There's your title. Suicide attempts to 50 grand a month.
Yeah.
I told you in the club and you were like, yeah, we'll chat about it. And I'm thinking, he's not going to take me seriously here. Then you gave me a follow back and I was like, okay, we might get somewhere here. We might get somewhere here. Then you were like, yo, come on my table, bro. Yeah. We had a sick night that night. And I was like, well, it needs to happen. Like, this is my first podcast. And I was like, it's got to be a banger.
Yeah.
No one else is getting this story. Just you.
Good.
Just you. No one else is getting this story.
I appreciate that, man. So, right. You started to touch into the Forex stuff.
Yeah.
But we backtracked a little bit. Let's get into it now. So you've done your learning, your education with the guy.
Yeah, I did like 6-7 months of like constant finger.
Yeah.
And it was crazy.
One thing I don't understand. You said you were unprofitable, but your signals were profitable. Yeah. What does that mean?
So in trading, your analyst could be perfect. Yeah. And it could hit perfect. But there's more to trading than just a good signal.
Yeah.
You could be in a bit of drawdown. So you could be like negative £400 and cash out because your psychology is not there.
Okay.
But you're nowhere near your stop loss.
Yeah.
But then it could just drop. Do you know what I mean? It could go in the direction you want it to go in.
Yeah.
So it's all based on your psychology in the game. Like I could cash out £400 loss and be like, fuck.
Yeah.
But then it could drop to like 900 quid. And then you're looking at it, you think, fuck's sake, I should have held that trade.
Yeah.
Then when I mastered that, that's when it started clicking.
Okay.
That's when I started getting into prop firms and passing accounts and started seeing like a couple grand payouts.
Yeah.
Plus on top of what I was getting paid from the group. But one thing I never did, which I still rate myself highly for, like I could be doing 100 grand months. The money doesn't bother me. Yeah. Like I could live happy on 10 grand a month.
Yeah.
Easy. Like I've got everything. I don't expect any flashy things. Like I live pretty simple. But the way it works in the industry, I'm not going to expose no one. Like I have respect for everyone who has a hustle, but you work with a brokerage and they'll give you a good deal. You get someone to sign up with their broker and you'll get £500. They'll deposit £300. You would get £500, which is so easy. Yeah. Once you've built up a lifestyle on TikTok, on Instagram, people want that lifestyle. People crave it. Do you know what I mean? They absolutely crave it. They see you driving around. They want to live like you.
Yeah.
They see me out and about, watches on. They want to live like me.
Yeah.
So these influencers have built these massive lifestyles.
Yeah.
Buy into it. These little 18-year-old kids really want to make something and make their family proud. They buy into it. So they sign up with a broker. But once you've done that, the affiliate gets their payment.
Yeah.
And you're just a number. You're just in that group.
Yeah.
They don't care about you. That's why I'm a monthly subscription now. Because if you don't like my group, you don't like it, cancel subscription.
Yeah. It's the exact same with like aftermarket. It's like where we have a couple of like course options, but the main bulk of it is it's monthly subscriptions because the proof's in the pudding. If people weren't staying subscribed, like if it didn't work, people wouldn't stay subscribed, and if people didn't stay subscribed, we wouldn't be sat here.
Precisely. Like if people don't like it, they message me, can I cancel my subscription? Fine, of course you can.
Yeah.
But because we've got so many constant people, obviously I know I'm doing my job right.
Yeah.
The group alone doesn't make a killing.
Yeah.
It doesn't need to make a killing. I'm not in it for a killing.
Yeah.
I like helping people. Do you know how good it feels to get a message after you've posted a winning trade and they're like, I've just made more than my 9-to-5 job.
Yeah.
The feeling you get
is,
I can't even explain it. Like a kid doing £600 a day. Kids doing grands a day. I had a phone call with a member's mum and she was so like thankful to me. It's like, this is what I'm doing this for.
Yeah.
This is why I'm here.
Good. And so do you still trade yourself, or do you just do the signals? How does it work for you now?
So I trade myself. Like I'm 600k funded with Alpha, which is like a prop firm company.
Okay.
So I've got two 200k accounts, so separate accounts, and then two 100k accounts. People are like, why have you got so many accounts? You run it up. I'll trade on one account for 1 week. You get a payout every 2 weeks. I'll run up that account to like a couple grand.
Yeah.
I'll leave it till payday. Then I'll run it up on another account. Then I'll run it up on another, run it up. By the end of the month, bro, you're back in 30, 40, 50 grand.
So why is it different than just doing it on one 600k account? What's the difference?
Because they don't offer it.
Okay.
They offer one 200k account, but once you've got that funded, you want more.
Yeah.
Because you could run up an account, like you've got rules. Like you can only lose a certain amount in a day before you lose that account. You can always buy another. But the aim, obviously, the more you have, the more profit you're going to make.
Yeah.
On a 200k account, you've got a lot of space to move and play with. You can make 8 grand on that account. Pretty simple. Just leave it. Trade on the other one. 8 grand. There's 16 grand in 1 month.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? And you got 200k accounts. Like I've got payout certificates from like 8 grand, 10 grand. Biggest payout I've ever had, 54 grand in 1 month. Right. In 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Like that would, don't get me wrong, I was being a bit over leveraging and stuff like that, but
because I've seen a lot of stuff on TikTok where like these prop firms don't pay out and stuff like that. What's the gig there? How does that work?
So I was gonna go into owning a prop firm. Like a guy approached me and he was like, I want to build this business for 5 years.
Yep.
And I want to sell it for 10 mil. I had 10 mil and I was thinking, okay, let's go for it. Let's go for a chat. Then he started telling me how the industry works. And with me, as someone who's built up such a reputable
reputation, yeah,
I didn't want to do it. Because he was like, the way a prop firm makes money is by people failing the accounts.
Yeah.
So that's where you make the rules so strict, people don't even get to that point.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I'm not for this. I even said to him, I was like, I appreciate your time, but I'm not for it. He was like, bro, we can make 300-400 grand a month, split it each ways.
Yeah.
Well, as I told you, I don't care about the money. I want to keep my name so clean. Once you've ruined your name,
it's done.
Done.
Yeah.
Once that name is ruined, no one's going to trust you. No one.
No.
My name will be clean for the rest of my life in whatever business I go into.
Yeah.
Like I'm starting a business in the next year. Obviously, I'm not going to say too much because someone will steal aside it. But I will be the youngest person to own this type of business in the world. Anyone else who owns this business is like 50 plus.
Yeah. So
I'm expecting this to like headlines, everything. I've already spoke to someone. He was like, I'm gonna invest in you for this.
Yeah.
Because of how young you are. Don't get me wrong. It's gonna be stress.
Yeah.
It's gonna blow my mind. But when I say like, I only want to be in the business for this business 5 years, and that business is getting sold.
Yeah.
And I'm off. I'm
yeah.
gone.
Yeah.
Private beach gone. That's what I want to sell that business for.
Yeah.
I'll tell you after the pod though.
Yeah.
You'll be like, yeah, okay, I get it. But yeah, prop firms work in a dodgy way. But some prop firms are a lot more reliable than others. Like Alpha Capital, FTMO, they are very reliable. Like the rules aren't very strict. If you read the rules, they're not that bad. And they've got a lot of funding behind them, so they don't mind paying out. But the way it works, so once you've got to the live stage, you're technically still on a demo account. So you've not got 100 grand to trade with. You've got a demo account. And the way it works is, say you make 8 grand on that account, they'll pay you from their pot of failed challenges. But once you get constant payouts, and they can see you get constant payouts, then they put you onto a live account, and that's how they make extra money. Do you get? Because
then don't they take
yeah, they take a 20. So on Alpha, it's 80-20. So you take 8%, which is crazy. They're still taking 20%, but that's crazy, man.
Yeah.
Like,
when you wait, like, it's not like many young people have 100 grand sat lying around to mess around with.
Like, and I've got a live account as well, but I trade them differently. Like my live grand account has got 80 grand liquid cash in it, but I trade that normally if I'm holding a trade for a few days. Like, that's like looking for like one trade that you're going to hold for a few weeks, and on that trade you're bagging 60, 70, 80 grand. Like, it's like perfect. But normal day trading, you're taking 1-2 trades a day if it's perfect.
Yeah.
I don't force a trade, and my group knows that. Sometimes like a new person will join and be like, where's the trade? We've had no trade. It's been like 3 hours. I'm not going to force a trade. If I don't see a trade, I'm not going to force it.
Yeah.
And I've built the business now. Like, I say I built the business, but like I'm paying out my own pocket to have the team I have. Like, I have someone who, sometimes I like to live my life a little bit. I like to go out. I don't want to sit on the markets all day. So when I started the group, the first group, someone's learned from me teaching them and mentoring them. And now he works for me. Everyone who works for me now have been in my group.
It's exactly the same with me with Aftermarket. Everyone now was once a customer.
Do you know what I mean? You can trust them at least.
Yeah.
You have some sort of trust towards them.
Yeah.
So this guy who trades now, I still post my trades if I'm on the markets, but he's mainly like trades for me.
Yeah.
Just because it gives me a bit of free time to work on other stuff and other stuff that I've got in the works. Then I've got someone who does like all my support, all my replying to members.
Yeah.
Then I've got a kid in a boarding school who's very, very knowledgeable.
Yeah.
Like, he knows more than me, which is mad. Like, he could charge so much to go and work for another group, but he likes how I run my things.
Yeah.
And that's where we have an education group. But our members, no other group offers what my group offers. Like, you get 24-hour support. Like, I don't know what this kid does, but he just doesn't sleep. He's like 17 and he's proper hungry.
Yeah.
And obviously they get well looked after. Like, he messaged me yesterday. I already paid him for the month. He's like, I want to do my driving lessons. I want to come drive up and see you. I was like, how much is it? It was like 300 quid. I was like, all right, send it.
Yeah.
Take it. You work so hard. Like, you bring members into my group daily. I'm going to look after you.
Yeah.
But this kid, Micah, he tries to like, he's a proper money hungry kid.
Yeah.
And he will go on like live calls with members 6-7 hours a day. He doesn't have to do 6-7 hours a day.
It's those people that'll come through. And
I notice it. Like, you notice the hard work.
Yeah. It's like the people like that are the ones who are very money hungry and like relentless with it from a young age are the ones that will end up being sat on a podcast one day and talking about how they made £1 million.
100%. Like, we talk about it in the owners chat. Like, we dig at each other. Like, I'm guessing you got like a work chat.
Yeah.
And they go at each other like, I'm going to do better than you.
Yeah.
I'm going to do better. I've done more work than you today.
Yeah.
And it's actually so entertaining to watch. But they're all 17. Like, people are like, why have you got young kids working for you? Because they've been in the group.
Yeah.
They've proven to me that they can do the work. And they are so hungry. And they treat me with respect.
Yeah.
They give me respect, I'll give them respect. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I get it. Right, so one thing I want to touch on now is I think my job has been made harder by people in the Forex industry.
Okay.
And the reason that I'll say it is because I remember years and years ago, even like before COVID, when like people were like blowing up on Instagram, like running these ads and that for Forex trading, and there was that much scamming going on that then even people don't trust us with what we do. And even though it's a completely different industry, it's still online money, let's say. So why, in your opinion, do you think the Forex industry has got a bad rap?
You know what it is? It's because, as we said before, it's so easy to fake a lifestyle, go to Dubai, rent a car, go to a beach club. You realistically, for that trip, only spent $2 grand, $3 grand, knowing you're going to come home and make a killing. Because you faked a lifestyle.
I know someone that, not in Forex, in a different industry, that wanted a lot of content, and basically what he did was he stayed in like, it was like a Best Western hotel, right? Some shit fucking garbage place in Dubai, outside of the city, really cheap, and rented a Lambo one day and then was just taking it to different hotels, parking it in front of every single hotel and like just getting content from it, different outfits, stuff like that. Like took it to the she was like, and I was like, mate, like, is it not embarrassing? Like, why are you doing that shit?
Because they know once they posted that, got a good amount of content, few videos, stuff like that, they're gonna make 10 grand a month. It's, you know what? In this day and age, it's so easy to make 10 grand a month.
And that's why, like, for me now, I struggle to like, I even get it now with like my Instagram or whether when I post like results for the, not for aftermarket, but for the other stuff I do, like you've seen.
Yeah.
And people are like, oh, I can't do anything. I can't make any money. Someone actually messaged me, and this is like, I don't view this bad at all. And I always help. But someone messaged me, was like, I've been at McDonald's for 2 years now and I'm sick of it. And I'm like, well, you've already been there for 2 years. Didn't you know that it's at the end of like year one that you hated it, you weren't making enough money? Like, why have you allowed yourself to stay in that position for 2 years where you're unhappy, you're uncomfortable? Like, you can actually, if you go online now and you've got half a brain, you can make 10,000 a month.
Yeah, that's what I don't get. When people say, I don't know how to make money. There's actually enough free stuff out there to make 10 grand a month.
Yeah.
You've just got to have a bit of a drive.
Yeah.
You've just got to have a bit of a drive. And once you've got that drive...
Where do you think your drive came from?
You know what I think it was? I think it was a case of I had wealthier friends when I was younger. Like seeing everyone else get everything they wanted. And not saying any bad words on my mum or dad or anything, but they tried their best.
Yeah.
They tried, but some stuff was just a bit like a Canada Goose. Like all the kids used to have Canada Gooses. I'm like, Dad, can I get a Canada Goose? He's like, how much? I'm like, 800-900 quid. He goes, no chance. Just not got it, son. I'm like, you know what? So I'm seeing these kids.
I remember I made my money for my first Canada Goose. So
do you know what I mean? I remember when I bought my first one, I was like, and then the hype's dead now. Like it's going to come winter soon, and I'm not even going to buy one.
No. I don't even know anyone who wears Canada Goose anymore. I don't even know.
Trappers.
Yeah.
That's about it. It's literally about it. It is. It's so true. That's scammers.
Yeah.
Stuff like that. But I think that fueled the mindset, like seeing everyone get everything they wanted, and I was still having the paper round, trying to save up to buy these things. Thinking, why can't my mum and dad just help me?
Well, for them, it was like click of the fingers. For you, it was like, oh, I've got to do this paper round for so long, and then I've got to save X amount, and it's going to take me 3 months to get that thing. It's something they're getting like that.
And it was for them. It's like, yeah, Dad, can I have a Canada Goose?
Yeah.
And they're like, yeah, son, let's go to Selfridges and buy you one. I asked my dad, I've not got it, and I didn't understand it when I was younger. I was like, why? I wasn't a brat, but I was like, why? What's the reason? He's like, I just can't afford it. Now I understand it, like I really do. And the lessons he taught me, I'll forever thank him for that. Like I grown up so humble. Like now, like I could go to anywhere and just buy. But it's not who I am. Because he's taught me that from a young age, it's not what you want to do.
Yeah.
Like you could go out anywhere, splash whatever. But you don't. You keep it humble because that's what people like to see. No one likes to see a guy walk into Louis Vuitton and spend 60 grand. That's to watch it. They think you're a dick.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
I get it. And one thing, right? So you've had obviously some big payouts and stuff like that from your Forex. Like you've making good money with it. I know you said you've got this other idea, but what is your plan in the Forex space now? Do you want to just keep growing your community? What's the direction that you're going to take from there?
The aim of the group, obviously the group's called Sub University. No promo. But yeah, it's just called, I want it to be the Hustlers University. But obviously you don't know Andrew and
you're not connected to them.
You don't know him. You don't have a sense of like feeling towards him. With me, if someone DMs me now, they'll get a response and they go, oh, wow, you replied quick because I'm active on my phone. But if you DM one of them, you ain't getting a reply. The aim is to build the university as the social media university. That's the aim for that business.
So when you say social media university, do you mean you want to actually do more services than...
I'm going to offer more services eventually. But obviously I'm not going to learn the skills myself. Obviously you'll find people in that industry.
It's what you need to do to grow as well. It's so much quicker.
It's like Iman's just started it, the launchpad thing. But once again, you don't have a feeling towards him. You like watching his stuff and stuff like that. But you don't know him.
Do you
know what I mean?
He's out of touch, isn't he?
Yeah.
Gone too far.
Gone.
Yeah.
Hundreds of millions.
Yeah.
But with me, you could go on my TikTok and you could watch my journey from here to here. So you feel like you know me.
Yeah.
Or you could catch me on the street and you can get a conversation out of me. With Iman, if you go and catch him on the street, you've got a security guard there.
You get palmed off by a security. Yeah.
So that's why I think I've got the edge on that. And there isn't another platform like it.
Yeah. And what platform do you use? Do you use Telegram?
I use Telegram.
Yeah.
Which I did think was going to go bust the other day, to be honest.
Oh, with the CEO getting locked
I was scared.
Yeah.
I was thinking I'm going to have to move everything over here. I'm going to have to tell all the members we're going to Discord. But I just like Telegram. It's so easy to use. Pretty simple. Don't really know how to use Discord.
See, I've never really used, I'm in HS Tiki-Toki's Telegram, that's about it.
We're all in it for the entertainment.
I don't know how to use Telegram, but I use Discord and always have used Discord. I used Slack before Discord.
Yeah.
And Discord now, like, I can appreciate, like, the hardest challenge I've got with my customers, right?
Go on.
Is actually getting them used to Discord itself. Like, most people, if you're 40 years old and you come onto Discord, your mind explodes because there's that much shit going on. Whereas Telegram, I get it. It's clear, it's concise, it's one thing, it's easy to use, isn't it? But with Discord, you've got some other functionalities and stuff. But I think if I could probably, with some of the stuff that we've done, if we could have been on Telegram, it would have been way easier.
Discord looks more professional in my opinion. Yeah. Like if someone says you got a Telegram group chat, it looks fake.
Yeah.
It does.
And like whenever I'm on, like, because you get notification on Telegram, like contacts joined in it, I'm like, you are not here for a good reason.
Yeah.
Like, 'cause Telegram has like your underworld stuff on it as well, doesn't it?
Dangerous space.
Yeah.
And that's why I thought it was going to go. I thought it was going to be gone. It's going to close. I thought, shit, what am I going to do?
Yeah.
But you've always got to have a backup plan. In business, you've always got to have a backup plan.
So, again, we touched on this earlier a bit as well. Oh no, actually, it was me and your mate. We spoke about how at a young age, when you get money, like how you can be stupid with it and how you can start blowing money really easy. Like even you said it actually, where you had money coming in, but you didn't know how to run the business, so you were just spending and never really seeing it. Have you made any bad decisions?
You know what? Sometimes, you know, I'm not a drinker, but when you go to the club, and you see people popping bottles and stuff like that, I'm thinking, I've got the cash for this. Why am I stood here on the dance floor?
Yeah.
Give me a table.
Yeah.
Wake up next morning, like, oh, why have I done that? I don't even drink.
Yeah.
Popping bottles left, right, and centre for just random people.
Yeah.
Stupid purchases. I don't think I've actually ever made any. Like, I watch great investment, so to me, no.
And I remember we touched on it beforehand. Something about your car. So what was that situation there?
The thing is, what I've always done, and I'm not advising this, but it's worked perfect for me. I've always bitten off more than I can chew.
Right.
So when I got the A35, I still had the clothing brand, but my mum and dad went, if you want this car, obviously it was going on finance, you're going to have to get a job. Just so you can comfortably know.
Yeah, that the money's coming in.
So I went and worked a job in like a hotel for like a month.
Yeah.
Just worked a week, went and got the car, stayed a few more weeks, dipped.
Yeah.
But at first I was like, how am I actually going to afford this car? Like it was like $450 a month.
Yeah.
Like, how am I going to afford this? But when you buy something like that, you know that's coming out your bank at the end of the month or whatever day of the month, you've got to make sure that's paid for.
Yeah.
You've got to make
it work.
Or you're just going to ruin yourself financially. So what did I do? Made sure it worked.
Yeah.
Then I did it again on the Range Rover. It's like £700 a month. I was like, shit, I can't afford this.
Yeah.
Even though I was doing decent thingy, I was like, £700 a month. I was like, okay, we'll make it work. Next car, even doing 50, 30, 40, 50 grand a month, just depending, I'm going to get a supercar.
Yep.
And
what are you fancying?
After seeing your McLaren, it's maybe what a McLaren, but I want a two car. I want to get rid of the Range, and I want two matching cars. I'm going to go for the Urus, and I'm going to go for R8 or a McLaren, but they're going to be uniformed.
Sick.
But once again, £2 grand for the Urus, £2 grand for the McLaren, or depending deposit wise.
Yeah.
£4 grand a month. I'm going to push myself out there
to get it,
but I know I can comfortably afford it. But in my mind, it's going to make me work harder because I know they're going to come out just for the sake of it.
Yeah, I think that this is like, again, it's like an important lesson. So Andrew and Tristan, one of the things that they said when they made like the first 80,000, they spent all of it on an Aston Martin. So they were the two kids like driving around in Aston Martin, and I get it. Like it does motivate you because then it's like, well, I'm that guy now. I've got to live up to this because it would be a monumental downfall going from, let's say, you get your Urus and you get your McLaren, and then you go from that back to your Corsa. Like, imagine you're like, even just like the thought of like the damage to your ego and your pride.
Yeah, you've been driving around places, you've seen your old school friends, and they've seen you driving like, I want a bright yellow Urus.
Yeah.
And then a few months later, they see you driving around in a Corsa.
Yeah, because, and that's the thing as well. You think like people would laugh then and be like, "Ha, knew it would happen." Blah blah. Blah, what an idiot! So it's like that keeps you going.
You fueled your mindset. You fueled it.
So that's why like I'm not against like yes I could have been so much more sensible with my money, right?
Yeah.
But like the cars and stuff, I fucking love it. And again, it's just a motivator. And as well, what's good with it? You turn up to a place, you get out of McLaren, and it's like, okay, who's this guy? Need to take him seriously. What does he do? Blah, blah, blah. The amount of doorways or even a watch. It's a talking piece. The amount of like conversations. I've met people like in Saint-Tropez that are unbelievably rich. And the first talk about it was they'd be like, love that fucking watch. Like, I've got friends off the back of the watch. Like I met a guy and his dad owns part of, it's either Rangers or Celtic, right? And this guy is absolutely wanted out his mind. He come up to me in Saint-Tropez purely off the back of the watch, and we stay in touch now. Like I've been on his boat before, really good friends, and it's like it opened people who've got no money can't conceptualize that having like they'll look at that and just say stupid, like oh that could be a house deposit, that blah blah blah. Well, actually no, I want to leverage that as a talking point to meet new people, which will then open up more doorways, get me into more rooms, and I can meet more people.
Do you know how I look at it when I bought, because I've got the same watch as you, and the way I look at it is when I'm buying something now, I look how much I'm losing, not how much it costs. How much am I going to lose? If I know I can get 2 years of pure enjoyment out of that thing and then sell it for the same thing, roughly the same price, maybe a bit more. Why would I not? Like that watch.
Do you
know what I mean?
You're not, and the thing is with these as well, you're not going to lose money on them really. No. Unless you bought, like, I remember when I bought this, it went from where I bought it, it went all the way up to 70. So I could have like pretty much doubled my money, and then it's crashed back down now to like,
but eventually it'll go back up,
of course. Off the back of all of that, right, we've talked about, well, we met in a club. And again, going to a club and spending your money, right, at one point in my life, I looked back on it and I was like, you were a fucking idiot. But again, the amount of doorways and business opportunities that have led from that now, that stupid period, has been monumental for me. 100%. Like, even the stuff like, wherever, when I go on holidays, I've got business deals that are coming through, and all off the back of me being that idiot spending money in the club, so I don't regret any of it now.
Yeah, because they see it, they think, who's that?
Yeah, and then conversations start. Why is this young person doing this? How are they doing this? It intrigues people, and then stuff flows from there, right? So what I want to ask to round this off now, you've become really successful. You've been through a lot of shit. If you give one piece of advice to someone that's watching, that's maybe had a bit of a shit time or doesn't know what to do with their lives, what would you say now?
Just start. Just start. I get so many messages daily saying, I hate my job. I don't like what I'm doing. Yeah. That's a poor person mindset.
Yeah.
You can literally, you don't even have to join my group, your mentorship, nothing. Just start watching people you want to be.
Yeah.
Like me now, I still, every day, even if I've watched so many videos of Iman Gatsi, I still watch him.
Yeah.
Because that's who I aspire to be. His morals, everything, that's who I want to be.
Yeah.
You need to start looking up to people and surrounding yourself with the right people.
Yeah. It's easy to, and that's something to be careful of as well, because as soon as you do start to get successful, you do get people that
get leeches.
Granted, like Kieran said before, when he was in Dubai, like he was getting invited to places, but it was because he was the one footing the bill. And I've had that happen to me many times. Yeah. And that is what you need to be careful of. But surround yourself with the right people and you're onto the winning track.
You've got to be mentally rich.
Yeah.
You could be poor, but you've got to be mentally rich. Like I used to go and view apartments in Deansgate when I was 18, after everything happened, saying, oh yeah, I own this business, I own this.
Yeah.
Because I was mentally rich.
Yeah.
I knew if I go and do that, I'm going to live there. What did I do 2 years later? I lived in the same apartment.
Yep. And like everyone that I know that's got some, like someone I know who's got McLaren 600 LT, he went and viewed it when he was making no money, and then within 6 months he had one. I think it's like, I even think it's like Marcus, like, you know, Marcus, also he had his like vision board that he'd always look at, and then he's got it now. Like everyone I know that's at a certain level of success, like even me, like I didn't know what I was going to do one day. Like I just knew I'd have money one day. I didn't know how, but I knew I was going to get it, and it's happened. Like the mindset is everything, and like constantly using, like find something, whether it be a car, a house, or a holiday for your family, like as a motivator, and then, or even like house renovation. I don't know, take your kids somewhere. Fuck knows. Find a why. And when you've got a why, that's your reason to go attack the goal every day and then not give up.
Like, I just don't get how it doesn't annoy people. Like when I'm out in Manchester and I see someone drive past in a Lambo or something, my first question is like, what does he do?
Yeah.
And that's me now earning 50 grand a month. Like, what does he do?
Yeah, and you get people as well that are like, then you get the other side of the coin where it's people that are like, knobhead, 100%. Idiot. Like, I get it in the McLaren, like, where people say, daddy's money.
Yeah.
But it's not though, is it? Like,
people just can't understand that there's 22-year-olds, 26-year-olds making so much money in today's age. It just blows their mind. Like, I speak to my dad's mates, and they're like, what? Forex, 50 grand a month. And they're like, I'm like, yeah. This is what happens nowadays. It's not like how it used to be. Go to a job.
Work your way up. Yeah.
Maybe become director or something. Yeah. If you're lucky. Get 100 grand a year. 100 grand a year, max.
Yeah.
It isn't, that's not the thing anymore.
No. So, I reckon, great point to round it off on. That, I wasn't expecting this from this podcast, I'll be honest with you. I was expecting it to be good, but not your story to be as deep as it was. Yeah. And I think that there's so many lessons in there. And I'd probably say to people, if you've got to the end, go back and watch it again. Like, because even when I think like your emotion was coming through everything.
I felt myself shaking.
I watched your hand a few times.
I felt myself shaking.
I looked at your hands a few times. I was like, is bro shaking?
I've told that story so many times, but to me, because the only reason I wanted to come on the podcast was to inspire people. Yeah. People my age who don't know what they want to do. I came on this podcast because I wanted to inspire people. And that's why I'm very thankful for you having me on this podcast, because if I can do it from multiple suicide attempts to where I am now, anyone can do it.
And that's the thing. It's like, and for anyone watching, like, it goes to show that there's a light at the end of the tunnel.
100%, 100 million%.
However low and shit you feel now, it can and will get better.
You've just got to switch that mindset. You've just got to switch it.
I agree. Right. Thank you for coming on.
I really appreciate it. Thank you so much.
I think we do another one. So we will have a part 2. He's not got a choice now. We will do a part 2. Don't know when it will be. Maybe when you've launched the other business, and we'll see how that's going.
That one's big, that though. That's big, that.
Thank you very much for watching, everyone. Make sure you subscribe, like, and all of Owen's socials will be in the description. So go and check them out, and we'll catch you in the next one.